Boom shakalaka as Bitcoin sentiment gets increasingly more bearish. Here's what whales are doing and some very interesting news for altcoins. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Rando here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including the bears getting ever more vocal, what whales are doing, and some exceptionally interesting news for altcoins. Before we get into it, guys, like the video. It helps out so much. Now, today, fear and greed at 56. We're back into greed after a couple days spent in neutral, up from yesterday's 52 to 56. Today, the overall market pretty much sideways. Bitcoin at 41,688, Ethereum at 24.75, BNB at 318, Solana $93, XRP 55 cents, Cardano 51 cents, Dogecoin 8 cents, and Avalanche $33. And Bitcoin continuing to sit on this year-long support trend line. Should we break through there, likely going to continue this red bar pattern, which is what happened the last time Bitcoin broke downside of the 50-day moving average, this yellow line right here, which by the end of February would bring us up to this dashed orange line, which is the 40,000 or fair value by halving price, which would put us at $40,000 by April. So we could just be right par for the course for Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people have been calling for Bitcoin price pullback for quite a while. Seems like it was a buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing with the spot ETF approval. And even though it is pretty exceptionally popular, it seems like everybody's selling right now because, hey, they just made a whole buttload of money this year so far. Why not take some profits from it? Now, where could we be headed? Well, the first level right here of concern or interest would be roughly $37,000. Why? Well, this is the confluence of the 20-week EMA, this moving average right here. Also, the 50 and the 38.2 fib levels coincide at the same spot. So likely going to be a good amount of support at that level should we fall through. And just to take a look at the chart, that would be roughly right below the 100-day moving average right here. Actually, the $37,000 level is where this holds for a long time on the previous bar pattern. You can see here the volume profile on the right, lots of support. Now, is this uncalled for? Maybe not. Well, a multi-month correction stagnation for Bitcoin wouldn't be abnormal. As a matter of fact, the last cycle we broke into belief or denial zone, this green area the first time, guess what? There was multi-month stagnation, and the TD sequential last week was calling for multi-week stagnation. So we could be, not an indication we're headed for a bear market, but just kind of sideways consolidation for just a little while. Turns out we might have had the first correction of the market. You can see this has been going up, now going sideways. Same type of thing we saw back here, first correction area back in 2016. Now that did not stop Bitcoin from going on quite a mega rally after that point. We are in the period where, guess what? Halving years are bullish years. You can see that right here, and even better, maybe in this chart right here, it breaks it down year for year, and we are in the 2 years where generally it is all up territory, 2024 and 2025. So this is kind of just a waiting game at this point. We may be in a new phase of the bull cycle. You can see that each larger up and down phase is broken into 3 smaller ones. Now, we are at the beginning of another one where basically each time this goes up for a little bit. But where we are right now, comparing that with the one previous where we were, guess what? For the rest of the time, it just pretty much went sideways. So we may just be seeing some sideways price movement for the next few months like this is talking about. However, my one favorite forward-looking indicator is not the Chan Momentum Indicator, is the OBV, but the Chan Momentum Oscillator is showing that Bitcoin is entering the bull run zone right here. Same territory that generally we have nice bull runs after the breakout. So we could be headed towards that territory. You know who knows that? How about the whales? Probably the smartest people who made the most money from Bitcoin, who have been in for the longest periods of time. The whales. It turns out that retail, which is down here in the bottom, you can see cohorts with 100 or less Bitcoin. They're exhausted in terms of buying in this red territory and now in aggressive distribution, selling. Whales, however, people between 100 and 10,000 Bitcoin are accumulating. This is smart money. They know the price still has a lot further to go up, and they know that now there is a lot more interest on the scarcest asset that has ever been created in the history of the world, aside from puka shells. No, I'm kidding about that puka shell thing. But yes, Bitcoin, it has quite a future. If you're just waiting for the next week, well, you're a bit short-sighted on this thing. Right now, based on the Bitcoin terminal price, which is capped pretty much every peak that we have seen, the terminal price right now, $120,000. And that's without even an uptick at all going on right now. And this parabolic log growth is saying $130,000 to $150,000 for the macro target. So these are all short-term price targets because, we may have another halving in another 4 years and another one 4 years after that, another one 4 years after that. How scarce is Bitcoin going to be at that point? You have to wonder. Now, interesting note for those altcoin enthusiasts out there, we take a look at the Bitcoin dominance right here. It has been dropping, forming this very nice bear flag, just bouncing back and forth in between there. Could be very interesting because generally bear flags continue downwards, which would mean alt season starting soon. Particularly, I think that this one could potentially do well. This says the first ever Golden Cross MACD, but this is only on Binance charts because Dogecoin's been around for a lot longer. I think it's had other MACD Golden Crosses before, but we do have a MACD Golden Cross. We do have a breakout of a downtrend, and Dogecoin is one of the few oscillators out there. If you want to find out more about that, just search Willy Woo Oscillator and Degenerator. I made a whole video on that. Well, you can find out more about that and why this is likely going to be huge, maybe 10x or more for Dogecoin, maybe even 100x coming. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.